The Matrix is good, and we're not just talking about the movie, we're talking about The Matrix, the program simulation that almost the entire human race is forced to live inside.
In the 1999 movie The Matrix, it is the future and machines have enslaved almost the entire human race into living in a simulation while using them as a power source. Outside the Matrix, there is a group of people called the Resistance, with their life goal being finding the One and putting an end to the Matrix.
There's a natural, simple thought that the Matrix encourages. This is that there's something bad about being inside the Matrix. Well, we think that the movie got this wrong, and that the Matrix is actually the best thing to ever happen to the human race.
Free your mind.
But before we explain why, let's talk about why some people and the movie claim that living inside the Matrix is bad. Everyone living inside the Matrix is being deceived about the real world, and the Resistance say that they need to realize that they are living a lie.
Sure, the Matrix still has a lot of problems. For example, there are still hundreds of thousands of people suffering from poverty and hunger. There are still bad people, but not everyone's life is working a desk job and hacking the Pentagon like Neo.
But why? Why is the Matrix not good? Would you rather live in a polluted dystopian world run by machines where you have to eat mush for breakfast, lunch and dinner? Would you rather live in a world suffering from global warming and terrible diseases? Would people rather live in a world where there isn't even sunlight? Of course not. The machines are doing a good thing for humans, even though they don't know it. An argument for why the Matrix is bad is that people should know the truth. But in the world, in this film, not knowing the badness of reality is probably for the better.
Do we have a deal, Mr. Reagan?
You know, I know this steak doesn't exist. I know that when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix is telling my brain that it is juicy and delicious. After 9 years, you know what I realize? Ignorance is bliss.
In the steak scene, Cypher realizes that things in the Matrix are the same as things in the real world, and that's why Cypher wants the machines to put him back in the Matrix, because there's nothing bad about being in a false reality if you can't even tell the difference.
The Matrix is good and here's how to prove it. What would happen if Neo was victorious? What would happen if the Matrix was destroyed and all the world's humans woke into reality? Well, there's only one city and we're guessing there's not a lot of food slop to go around for billions of people. So most people would just die. And that's not counting the fact that there are huge armies of robots wandering around, ready to pretty much kill everyone. So almost all the Matrix humans would end up dead pretty quickly.
In the movie The Truman Show, there's a similar occurrence occurring. Truman Burbank believes to be living in a normal world until he realizes that his life is Plato's cave analogy. He finds out he's living in a scripted world, and that is not good. It's different from the Matrix because the only person being deceived is Truman, the sole victim, and his life would be much better outside of his small fake world. For example, there's no Fiji in his dome, well there isn't the real world. On the other hand, there's no Fiji in the real world, but there is in the Matrix.
In the book Ready Player One, there is another similar occurrence occurring. The world is basically destroyed, the majority of the world is suffering from poverty, the world is completely polluted and wrecked, and most of humanity spends the majority of their time living inside a simulation called the Matrix. Whoops, I mean the Oasis. The Oasis started as a video game until humans turned it into their second life. In the Matrix, most of humanity is forced to live inside a simulation, and they don't even know it exists. While in Ready Player One, most of humanity sees the Oasis as an escape from their broken world. The creation of the Oasis starts a worldwide addiction for humanity, as they escape their degrading world to experience perfect utopias inside a simulation. One of the characters in the book even says, "You should never plug your brain into a machine. Haven't you seen The Matrix?"
Considering the state of the real world in the Matrix, we think it's safe to say that Cypher had the right idea. Living inside the Matrix is better than living in the crap real world, and even though humanity didn't have a choice, we think the robots unknowingly gave them the best thing they could hope for. This holds true in the Ready Player book series, where humanity chooses to escape their horrible reality and basically live inside a video game, and they end up thinking the sole reason for even sleeping and eating is the real world is to wake up and put on the Oasis headgear. So there's only one thing left to ask. What do you think? Would you rather live in a dystopian sci-fi with death around every corner, or in an almost perfect simulation?
Did you ever wonder if we were living in the Matrix in the real world? Even if we are not, we basically are. It's of our own. So if there's anything we should take away from the movie The Matrix, maybe it's that we should go outside.